The inevitable had to happen. After one over was bowled in the second innings, Punjab Kings has managed 201, but KKR managed 7 runs. Then came the dreaded Nor'westers. The Kal Boisakhi storms, I was given a lecture as to how it should be. So the Kal Boisakhi storms have ensured that KKR is yet again part of a washed out game. And because of that, the cutoff time for a 5-over game was supposed to be 11:44.
That's right.
But because of the rain that came early, the ground staff had just not prepared. The rain poured. The winds ensured that the covers would be swept away into the stands. And the outfield and the pitch underneath was wet. So that is why this match was called off, and the weather report for the remainder of the days in Kolkata is not good. At least for 1 week now, you have the Kal Boisakhi storms, and that is why any kind of night games now is going to be a big, big problem. The first no result of IPL 2025, and which team will be hurt by this?
And this
KKR or PBKS?
And this is where basically the catch comes, because the next game in Kolkata at the Eden Gardens is going to be exactly a week from now. I cannot remember the opposition. Shivam, can we just see the KKR fixtures
I think it's RR.
once again? Yeah, let's just see it. But the, one thing is for sure, that their next home game is in a week from now, and that is against Rajasthan Royals, you said.
Yes. Rajasthan Royals and CSK, I think they're playing at home on 4th and 7th. Then I think you're traveling to Hyderabad and then you're traveling to Bengaluru. That's how it is.
Who, according to you, would be more sad at this point with this no result in that sense?
That's a good question. See, with this result now, Punjab Kings now have 11 points from 9 games. So they are in 4th position. Kolkata Knight Riders now have 7 points from 9 games. Now actually both teams will be sad. Both.
No, I think in case
But
of...
PBKS will be sadder even more.
Why is that?
Because they needed 2 points to ensure they stay in the race. Now either they'll stay in the race or they'll definitely be out. Because that odd point which they have lost has ensured that, okay.
But wasn't that with the Kolkata Knight Riders as well? Because they needed the 2 points much more than a Punjab Kings. Because Punjab Kings anyways was in the race. Because if you just look at it, Punjab Kings were 10, would have, even if they would have lost this game, they would have been 10 in 9 games. Right?
Yes.
But then they would have needed 3 wins out of the next 5 games that they played.
But
let's just be Kolkata Knight Riders, they needed to win all the games, including this one. If they would have wanted to reach to 18 points, now they can at the max reach to 17 points. Now, otherwise they could have reached to 18, and maybe they still mathematically were definitely in this.
Even now they are mathematically in this.
Yeah,
but Punjab Kings, see, 12 points is much better. Because now they won't fix themselves of a 4th or a 3rd spot.
They are in a much tight, because and the thing also is that Kolkata Knight Riders, if they need to play cricket out of their skins if they really want an outside chance. So if they have to from here make it, they anyways have to play, they have to win all the games from here. So that 1 point would not have really made a much difference, because if they played good cricket, anyways they would have made it to the playoffs. That is, if they would have played given their 200%. But for Punjab Kings, this game becomes a very big minus point for them now, because they'll
be more sadder.
A much more tighter, they are in a much more tighter situation, because RCB is at 12 and Mumbai Indians is creeping from behind, and so is Lucknow Super Giants. So as soon as one loss here and there for them from here will really let them lose their advantage that they gained to begin.
See, tomorrow one of Mumbai Indians and Lucknow Super Giants is definitely getting to 12. Because they are facing off against each other. RCB versus DC then assumes even more importance for Punjab Kings. Because who's got the lower net run rate?
Can we go up?
It is RCB. Now DC have to beat RCB. Then they stand a
DC
chance.
are at 12 right now.
Yeah, but their net run rate is better.
Yeah.
RCB's net run rate is slightly worse than Delhi's. And Punjab are right with 0.177. But you know what that 1 point loss has meant? They cannot assure themselves of a top 4 anymore. That is why they will be sadder. If they had gotten 2 points, 12 points, then it was a clear-cut
Then
distinction.
it was 2 games. No. Even if they won today, they would have had to win 2 out of the next 5 games that they played.
At least.
They would have been in the same boat as RCB and as RCB. And tomorrow then good Delhi Capitals as well. But now suddenly, even if they go on and now if they win 2 more in the remaining 5, they'll get to 15. And 15 could be a tricky place to be at.
See, one thing
so
is for
3
sure,
out of the next 5 they have to win now.
That's one thing that even I can infer from this points table is that 15, obviously, more than likely 99% is not going to do it for any team. Assuming a team finishes at 15, more than likely you will not qualify. 16 also, might not guarantee here 99%. 17, I think it would be a little dodgy situation because see, first of all, you're going to look at the number of points, which team basically
but why
stands
14?
where.
14 won't make it this time.
Because of the competition that you have,
No.
between the top 5. That is
I'm
the
just
point.
assuming that how you're saying that 4 teams will be at 16. That also now looks a little tough for me.
I'm just putting a general scenario in front that 14 will more than likely not be enough.
No. That's why I'm asking 16. Do you think 4 teams will be able to reach 16 points?
See, one thing is for sure, at 16, I don't see only one team having as many as 15 or 16 points. As in case of 16, I feel there'll be a couple of teams who will be tied at this.
How?
position.
No. I'm so for that. For that, then 7 teams needs to have 16 points now. But 16 points, 7 teams. I don't think that.
No, 7 teams. Nee. I'm saying that it's going to be see 1 and 2 is obviously going to be a stark difference between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 would pretty much be okay as far as the number of points are concerned, unless someone from DC or GT really have
You're
a slip
saying 18 points.
Yeah,
14.
exactly. So
I'm just breaking it down even further.
1 and 2 is going to be pretty much fine, assuming DC and GT don't really have any kind of a bigger collapse. But if we talk about 3 and 4, I have a feeling that 3, 4 and 5 might just be a very tight contest.
That you're saying all the 3 teams will be on 16.
Yeah.
And
it
2
could
will be on
possible.
over 18 and 20.
It could be possible. And that is basically...
No, that's what I'm saying. Let's just have... I also want to know that if that will be possible or not. But see, Delhi, Gujarat, I feel you are right that to reach 16, they need to win 2 more games in the next 6 games that they are playing.
Yeah.
So they more or less are getting to 18-20.
That is just one way of looking at it.
Yeah.
So that is not happening.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
See, tomorrow,
RCB,
tomorrow, one team is definitely getting to 14.
Yeah.
One team is definitely getting to 12.
When one team gets to 14 tomorrow, it's basically going to be a massive step towards the playoffs.
It is.
Yeah.
And with this, see, PBKS will be sadder by the fact that now they are either totally out or they are totally in. This 1 point has made a big difference. Whenever you see odd numbered teams, if a team has got odd number of points, it always makes a huge difference.
No, I think, this might just be an advantage for PBKS also. And that's, just one scenario, when I say this thing. Assuming, PBKS, let's say, finish with a total of 14 matches, 8 wins, maybe a couple of more losses and a total of 17 points. I think this is where the number of points might just go on to favor Punjab Kings, because if there is any other team who finishes at a total of 8 wins, which means 16 points, assuming there is no there is no rained off for that particular team. Let's just take RCB's example here. That way Punjab Kings will qualify because of the more number of points that they have. So that's where I think this extra point, I think it basically puts PBKS in a 50-50.
That is what I just said. They're either totally in or they're totally out.
No, I think they're a little ahead in that race, because what I feel is that maybe you can see Delhi, Gujarat and Royal Challengers Bengaluru being the teams who have more than 16 points.
Yeah.
But then it's going to be Punjab, Mumbai, Lucknow. For all 3 of these teams to reach 15 looks pretty difficult for me, according to what I feel. 16.
Mumbai have to win 3 out of 5.
Yeah, to reach 16.
Tomorrow they are getting, one is definitely getting to 12.
So that's why I'm saying from Mumbai and Lucknow, either one of the team will make it to 16. Not both, because Lucknow is playing Delhi, RCB, Gujarat, and Lucknow is also playing Mumbai and Punjab. So Lucknow and Mumbai both can't reach to 16.
What if one has a loss and the other keep on winning?
It can be, but it looks highly unlikely.
No, Shashwat, the point is that they can, but it's it's going to be about huffing and puffing
again
to get to there.
I will tell you, the next 1-2 weeks, certain teams' progress is going to get cancelled. whoever loses MI, LSG, their progress is stalled for a couple of days.
No.
DC, RCB, whoever loses, their progress is stalled for a couple of days. But actually, the team that looks more likely to derail some teams' chances is actually LSG. MI. They are then taking on PBKS.
I was looking at.
Then they are taking on RCB.
That is why I'm saying that LSG and Mumbai both getting to 16 for me looks difficult. I'll tell you the reason, because see, Lucknow is playing all the teams from up. Gujarat, Delhi, RCB, Punjab, Mumbai. Delhi they have played. Apart from Delhi, they're playing almost everybody. Now, if Lucknow goes on, see, Delhi will also win, Gujarat will also win. If we are assuming that they'll reach to 18, 20 points, then they will also win some games. And then the remaining matches, Mumbai and Lucknow will almost cut out each other. So, I am assuming that just one of the two teams reaches to 16. And the team on fourth whichever team will be on fourth, be it Punjab or no, RCB looks unlikely. Tomorrow's result will really tell us a lot. But Punjab, Mumbai, Lucknow, out of these three teams, I feel there might just be one team that makes it to 16.
See, again, all the other, you look at Punjab's schedule, okay? Their progress might be stalled when they take a DC. PBKS take on DC. They take on MI.
PBKS, yes.
PBKS.
Yeah.
So, the three matches that they are playing, LSG, DC, MI, they are also in a very sticky wicket. Because on 30th, they are going to Chepauk. If they win that, great. But if they lose, then they are in serious trouble. Because then they'll have to win 3 out of the remaining 4 games then. So, if they lose against Chennai. So, every team that they are going to play, right from 1 to 6, they'll be facing opponents that will cancel their progress in a way. GT. If they lose to MI, then MI also get a boost, na? Yeah. GT lose to DC get a boost. They lose to LSG get a boost. Look at Delhi Capitals. They lose to RCB, they lose to PBKS, they lose to GT, MI. They are also getting the other teams to be boosted up.
See, Punjab has one match with CSK and one with RR. 2-2. Okay, they reach to 15 by that.
Yeah.
Then they have LSG, DC and Mumbai Indians. These three teams, even if they go on and win just one game as well, they'll reach 17. And then I think from there it will be, then 17, so I think they'll assure themselves a place.
I think that's where, I feel Punjab are more in an advantageous position, because even if you finish with a total of 8 wins, and even if you're tied with someone with as many as 8 wins, you might still progress because of the number of points that you have, assuming the other team does not have any rained off game.
The problem is, instead of the best 6th team in the world, they could end up as the best 5th team. Because Punjab Kings now have a possibility where 5 teams could go above them. This time 16 is in the benchmark to qualify.
No, who do you think will give a challenge to Punjab Kings to reach in the top 4? Mumbai?
Obviously
Mumbai Indians and Lucknow. Lucknow will be there.
And
in the
even,
race.
unless KKR have a massive turnaround.
That
Punjab
is
are
looking
at 10 points, na?
11.
No, Mumbai, sorry.
Mumbai are at 10.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, one of LSG and Mumbai will definitely get to 12 points.
Yeah.
And Mumbai also face an uphill task because remarkably, Mumbai have never beaten Lucknow in a league game. They have never beaten them. And that is why they face an uphill task in Lucknow Super Giants. The one win that came against them was in the eliminator.
I think Punjab Kings might just have a slight outside advantage because of this. You know why?
Because of this, what has happened?
Yeah, because if tomorrow RCB loses to Delhi,
then they have a chance.
No. If RCB loses to Delhi and then Punjab wins their next game, they'll suddenly in the same amount of games have 1 point more than the RCB.
Exactly. So tomorrow, DC need to beat RCB.
Yeah.
Then Punjab Kings has a chance. If RCB win, then they're doomed. Then they're doomed because Mumbai will obviously be above them or LSG will above them.
Then they're fighting for just one position and there will be 3 teams fighting one position. And that one position will be
4th position.
Yeah, 4th position.
They'll only be fighting.
Do you think that it will get so? Because if RCB wins tomorrow, I think RCB with Delhi and Gujarat will be the 3rd team to almost book their place in the top 4.
See, they'll be on 14. They'll be on top of the table. GT, Delhi will be on 12.
Games. Delhi and GT will be in 8 and 9 games respectively.
Yeah, and PBK, Mumbai will also be on 12 or LSG will be on 12, depending on the game tomorrow. Okay. So, PBKS will end the week in 5th position. Come what may, they will end in 5th because LSG and MI, either of them will get to 12. That is why this 1 point has made it either all in or all out.
That we'll obviously get to know in a couple of
Yeah,
weeks.
so that is why, see, today Punjab Kings should have fancied themselves of getting 2 points because they had a decentish total, 201. Prabh Simran and Priyansh Arya yet again showing their class. Kolkata's bowling just went haywire in the middle overs.
But that's where I think let's just maybe clarify the scenarios of the two teams that have just had a rained off game here. For Punjab Kings, currently the situation stands at 9 matches, 5 wins, 3 losses, and there is a 1 washed out game with a total of 11 points. So for Punjab to qualify, the only thing that they need to do is win a total of 4 matches. You will be assured of a total of 19. I'm just telling about their best case scenario. Yeah, you win a total of 4 more matches. That gets you to a total of 9 wins and as many as 19 points, and that will be enough for Punjab Kings to seal a place in the final 4. For Kolkata Knight Riders, currently the situation is total of 9 matches, 3 wins, 5 defeats and 1 rained off game that they just had. What they need to do to qualify for the playoffs? Pretty simple. Every game is a must win for them. They win it, they get to a total of as many as 17 points. Will that be enough for them to qualify for the playoffs? It should be, but that also would depend on the results of some of the other matches. And the most important thing that KKR would have to do here is that they keep their net run rate above most of the teams.
See, for KKR now, 29th of April is a do or die because they take on DC. KKR will take on the Delhi Capitals on 29th. And if they lose that, game over. It's done for Kolkata Knight Riders.
It's a must-win game for KKR now.
Yeah.
Do or die.
Because if they lose that game, they have only 4 games remaining. They can only get to 15. And 15 is not going to assure you qualification because PBKS can also get to 15 or 17 in that sense. So that is why if KKR lose to DC, they will then join the likes of Rajasthan Royals and Chennai Super Kings to be like, okay, our qualification prospects are done. We are not going into the playoffs anymore. So, Prabh Simran, Priyansh in that Punjab Kings game had given them a platform. Yes, they bungled it in the death overs. But Kolkata Knight Riders, 1 run, 1 over, 7 runs. They needed 61, by the way, in the 5 over chase, if that was the thing. They needed
54 of the 4 overs.
54 of 24 balls. But it was not meant to be. But there are serious questions. KKR's bowling in the middle overs just went haywire. And that is why they find themselves in this position. And it's not going to improve for the Delhi Capitals game because they're taking them on after 3 days. So that is the way we are looking at it. So I would say Punjab are not I think they will be sadder. They lost 1 more point for the taking. And then what would have happened is it would have established a clear-cut thing. 6 teams, only 4 of them are making it. The rest of the 4 are not making it.
That's why IPL... and that's why tomorrow RCB Delhi game, if RCB wins, they'll be the 3rd assured team in that sense. And it'll just get more interesting then.
Because amidst all of this, all eyes will be even on the day game. Because the one team that will totally churn the table is Lucknow Super Giants. If they beat Mumbai, Mumbai are also going to take on RR, GT and PBKS and DC. Their last 3 games are against the top teams. So they will be in a big trouble if they lose to LSG tomorrow. And if LSG have this inconsistent...
So whichever team loses tomorrow, I think then they should realize that it won't happen.
Yeah. I mean, look at it.
Lucknow or Mumbai, whichever team loses.
Look at it. Mumbai Indians on a 4-game winning streak. LSG's best winning streak was 3. Lost to CSK, won against RR, lost to DC. So very, very inconsistent. And see, they started with a loss to DC, won against SRH, but lost to PBKS. So LSG have been very, very inconsistent. And that is why tomorrow's day game is actually a thriller, far more than DC RCB. Because I know DC RCB, the weather is okay, but even in the evening today, there was a threat of rain.
No rain.
It was. I mean, we saw...
It's pretty clear tomorrow.
It's pretty clear
0% chances of precipitation.
Hope so. So yes, missed opportunity for the Punjab Kings, unfortunately, and also for Kolkata Knight Riders. But PBKS will be sadder.
But nothing seems to be working for Kolkata Knight Riders as far as their bowling is concerned. Yeah, I can understand that. Just a couple of games ago, their team, their bowling attack was pretty much the similar one that restricted, Punjab Kings to 111. But we all know what happened in that game. Even this time around, also making those changes, having Chetan Sakaria, I think not really showing that improvement or the confidence at all. Same can pretty much be said about Spencer Johnson, who was literally bowling pies in the first few matches that he played, and even Anrek Nokia doesn't really seem to be at his very best that we saw last year in the T20 World Cup. So I think KKR, a lot of things to worry about. Even their best players,
And that's Nokia, you mean 2022? I think he
no,
didn't.
even last year also he was T20 World Cup in US and Caribbean. He was one of the leading wicket takers. That's where I'm saying. So apart from that, Narine, Russell also not showing that consistent form that was there last season. Varun Chakravarti has been pretty much on and off. So is the case with Harshit Rana. Harshit Rana has obviously bowled well. Vaibhav Arora has basically blown hot and cold. So I think pretty inconsistent KKR bowling lineup. A lot to worry, as you head into the next game. Obviously, nothing much to talk about batting because the story could have been anything.
Yeah, and even very strange team selections also. Ravman Powell couldn't get a chance. And if you look at their batting, yet again, no Ramandeep. What have you done with Ramandeep?
You dropped him.
You dropped him. And again, we would never know if Agrek Raghuvanshi would have come out to bat at 3 or 4. And that's KKR's batting we won't discuss much. But yes, the problem has come for PBKS. Even PBKS, they have to address their promotions.
Please keep Glenn Maxwell out of this 11. It's as simple as that. I would rather want to field an Indian middle order batter in this case. Let's just say Punjab Kings squad.
Suryan Shedge is there.
Yeah, Suryan Shedge is there, and I'm sure there are other batters also who can.
Mushir.
Mushir can't come at number.
Obviously.
He can't come at 5, 6, no.
No, but the point is that Glenn Maxwell should not be played. He has been in terrible form, to say the least. I could not understand the logic behind keeping Marcus Stoinis out, because at least he has played a couple of utility innings or so. Just maybe performed slightly better than Maxwell here. He should have played. Maybe it's an injury or sorts. We don't know what it is. But I think Punjab must bring in someone else in place of Maxwell, because he has been terribly out of form. You cannot keep a player just on the basis of his reputation.
Okay, so if I have to look
the
at
conditions were read very, very differently by both the teams. Punjab Kings were reading it a wicket where it was supposed to spin, whereas I think Kolkata Knight Riders thought it's going to be a wicket that's going to assist pace. That's why they got in a Chetan Sakaria and a Roman Powell. Roman Powell instead of Moeen Ali. There could be two reasons. Either you want to go in with a seam bowling all-rounder, or you thought that Powell is more equipped to doing the finishing role as compared to a Moeen Ali. But dropping Ramandeep Singh and doing that, I don't think it really made sense, because with Ramandeep Singh, he hasn't been given a role clarity this season. Last time he was given a very clear role. He went on and played for the Indian team as well. And he is in the fringes of the Indian cricket team. He's somewhere around. If there's a top 20-25 people, he's the first person to come in as a replacement batter whenever it's needed. So not utilizing him properly and then dropping him, thinking that maybe it's the bottom order that's not firing, then first person should be Andre Russell, who should be questioned. And you could have gotten Roman Powell instead of Russell then, if that was the case. To drop Ramandeep, I don't think it really made any sense.
So if you have to look at the KKR squad, only 3 guys haven't gotten a chance, right? In the entire squad, I think Mayank Markanday hasn't gotten a chance. Yeah. Loveneet Sisodia hasn't gotten a chance, and Anukul Roy. They have played everybody else.
And Punjab Kings thought that it's going to be a turning track. They got in Harpreet Barar as a impact sub as well, and also they got Glenn Maxwell, Stoinis.
Correct. So that is why missed opportunity for KKR, missed opportunity for Punjab Kings. But yes, it only complicates the points table even further. Tomorrow's game is going to be very, very interesting, as it might crystallize your top 3 at least. Maybe. But RCB, DC and MILS.
The captains have said anything or not?
I think they would come directly to the press conference. They don't say anything at this stage. So can we take some comments, Shivam? Let's take some questions, because unfortunately the match got rained off, so we can't have a long if you look at post-match, because there was no action. So that is the way we are looking at it. And Pranit Datta, what if PBKS win all their
They're through. It's as simple as that. See, currently their position is 9-5-3. 9 matches, 5 wins, 3 losses, 1 rained off, total of 11 points. You win your remaining 5 games, you get to a total of as many as 21 points. And if that is not enough for you to qualify for the playoffs, then nothing.
Qualify, they'll be in top 2 if that happens.
I'm just, saying the best
I think
case scenario.
18-19 points will make sure that you finish in the top 2.
Yeah, so that is why but PBKS's next games are quite tricky. See, they are facing a Chennai Super Kings who have nothing to lose. They're anyway going to finish either in the wooden spoon rank or in the bottom 2. That's for sure. But their games against DC and GT, I think they are
Even Mumbai have the same.
Mumbai. They are taking on Mumbai at
But
Wankhede.
Mumbai are also facing almost the same teams, and so is Lucknow. So at the end of the day, it's going to be one of the 3.
But Mumbai at this point, and I back them to win against all the other top
if
teams.
I really have to ask you this question now, that which team would be the most happy, or maybe just in comparison to anything and everything that has happened, maybe which team has to be the most happy or would be in a rather comfortable position after this rained off match? I think it would really be Punjab Kings, because still you are ahead in the points table, total of 5 wins. You still have 5 more matches left, so you stand a good chance to qualify. For KKR, I think they would have really fancied having a result maybe this time around in this particular game, or maybe result going in their favor, because what a washout does to them is that it puts them in a territory wherein you lose one match and you will be all but eliminated. And you lose 2, you will be definitely eliminated.
The most happy team will be the Mumbai Indians.
And LSG.
No, I think Mumbai Indians much more, because LSG are facing much rather more difficult opponents in that sense as compared.
Same with MI.
Yeah, but the form the Lucknow Super Giants is in, I think
LSG are inconsistent.
Yeah,
up, down, up, down.
And Mumbai Indians are coming from behind. You know what the thing is with Mumbai Indians? They have been there, done that, and they are on the same track as well. So Mumbai Indians will be absolutely very, very confident, and the players are also the same who have done it season after season after season. Lucknow will be scared. Mumbai Indians will be really, really confident. Whichever team is facing Mumbai Indians will be scared facing them. So Mumbai Indians in that sense will since then are just, I think at this point, are just looking for an opening in the top 4 so that they can reach there and actually stay there. They've already started to do that, and with this loss, I mean this no result, but they have an opportunity to push down Punjab Kings and take their place. So that is why I think Mumbai Indians will be the happiest.
Krish Yadav was saying yesterday Chennai got all out, but Kamboj was impact sub. He batted, but Patirana didn't bat but bowled. Cricket is a game of 11 players, not 13.
Anshul Kamboj was actually an impact sub in place of a batter. Can we just have a look at the scorecard of the CSK versus SRH game yesterday? Because I just want to see who was the impact sub, who basically was subbed out.
Anshul Kamboj was subbed in. Shivam Dubey was subbed out.
Subbed out, yeah.
So how come it's a game of...
No, I think what he's trying to say is that Anshul Kamboj batted.
Yeah.
And Shivam, because he was subbed out in place of Shivam Dubey. So if a batter is... So they made that substitute in between this first innings itself. That's why they could use Anshul Kamboj as a batter too. That is the
thing. See, it is still a game of 12, Krish Yadav. Because see, you collapse, instead of getting a bowler for a bowler, you get a batter.
Yeah, okay. And same, I'll just explain it in SRH situation also. They had Zishan Ansari in place of Travis Head. So if they would have wanted to use Zishan Ansari as a batsman, they could have done that after subbing him with Travis Head in the second innings itself. But that couldn't have been the case. So Mumbai Indians, they did exactly this.
You mean SRH did this?
Yeah,
so batting lineup showed that after using impact sub also, they can choose from Khalil and Patirana who will bat, and they both can bowl. But then see, that's their tactical decision. But see, you go with a playing 12. You don't go with a playing 11 anymore. You go in with a playing 12 with your impact sub for both. So that impact sub can be amongst 5. But the rule is, if you pick 3 foreigners, you are eligible for an impact sub foreigner. But if you pick 4 foreigners, then you are not eligible for a impact sub foreigner. So that's how at any point in time you cannot have 5 foreigners. That is the only thing that you can make in this impact sub thing. So yeah, see, it is a very complicated thing. Teams are using it to their advantage. For example, GT once had their bowling impact sub during the match against RR, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got in that guy. So that's why, that's how the game goes. And they didn't make any kind of substitutions after that. Yeah. Let's look at any further comments. 3 more comments. Let's see. Okay.
Avi is saying RCB have easier fixtures, but DC, MI, PBKS have tough games with each other also. Yeah, that's what we discussed.
Exactly. And Suraj Shastri, though, is giving a counter to Avi. He's saying there are no easy fixtures in RCB play. Majority of the remaining games are at home. And they look pathetic when playing it. Actually, Suraj Shastri, I'll give you the breakdown. They are going to, they are in Delhi. So they're playing Delhi. Then they come to Chennai. They come home to face Chennai. But then they have to again go. I think they have to go to Dharamshala. No.
Yeah.
They've already been to Molapur.
Dharamshala is an extended home leg, 3 matches.
No. They have already gone. Their 2 games in Punjab are done. They are going again somewhere. Because SRH and KKR are their last 2 home games that they've got. That's the only time they're playing 2 games at a stretch at home. They take on who? They have got 5 games remaining. CSK is at home. SRH is at home. KKR are at home. DC, what is the other one? LSG. They are coming on to Bengaluru on 4th. Then they have to again go to Ekana to play. And then they will play SRH and KKR at home. So there is no real thing. There is no easy fixture here, Avi. Let's make it very, very simple. And Suraj Shastri again, I hope MI doesn't make another playoff.
No, let's not take this.
Yeah.
Let's move on, Shivam.
Suraj Shastri, the last part is not really there. I mean,
Freaking Awesome is saying that LSG versus MI is going to be interesting because LSG have won both games. They have played against MI at Wankhede. In both occasions, LSG won the games by batting first. That's even more interesting. And that's obviously, what Siddharth also pinpointed a few minutes back, that MI are yet to defeat LSG in a league stage game. Suraj Shastri also has another comment, and this time a not so naughty one. I have a weird feeling CSK will spoil RCB's chances of qualifying when they play RCB in Bengaluru. I think this is where, there should be a bracket now that Shashwat will be very happy. Okay, I'm still convinced by this RCB team. There's a real struggle if Salt doesn't fire in the power play.
See, there is one more history that needs to be broken. RCB have never done the double against CSK. Never in their history.
League stage, yeah.
Of season this time with CSK
so
have
that
happened.
is why I think
That have never happened in the
I think it will happen. I think the 2 teams that could derail RCB are DC and LSG. Those 2 teams can derail them, and maybe a Kolkata Knight Riders who have got nothing to lose, maybe that could happen. I think we already took that. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, we took that.
Taken that also.
So, Priyanshu, tomorrow MI versus LSG would decide top 4, and night game DC versus RCB would decide top 2. Yeah, kind of. Shashwat, are you going to put that tomorrow?
No, I'm not going. These 2 people, one of them you can go. I'm not going.
We are also not going.
We cannot.
Who will man the thing here, yeah? And please, we can't do lives there. The network is so bad.
Yeah.
You can't go to the stadium and do a live. And we are not allowed to do from inside the perimeter also. So
due to
the broadcasting issues. And we'll be struck off if that happens. So yes, the first name, captain and 10 others, the first name of all the IPL teams are same as their city name except 2 teams. First name.
Sunrise Hyderabad 1.
Yeah. Oh, Royal Challengers Bengaluru is there.
Yeah, second.
Mumbai Indians. I didn't get it. First name of all the IPL teams are same as the city
There
name
are just 2 teams who don't have city as their first
Punjab
name.
Kings. Punjab is not a city.
No. He's saying that there are only 2 teams whose names don't start with the city state name.
Royal Challengers Bengaluru
And Sunrise Hyderabad.
Okay, Suraj Shastri
We have one super.
accepted.
Accepted.
Yeah,
Yeah. So.
There's one more super chat, Shivam.
Ooh. Okay, Krish
Okay,
Yadav
yeah.
again. If Patirana was in 11 and team got all out, he should have batted before Kamboj. Because like this, they're using one batsman more and not losing a bowler. Batting 11, bowling 11, what else required to not see a balanced bat versus ball game?
No, that's not the thing. It's again Anshul Kamboj is a bowler. His impact would not leave that bigger difference. Teams, if they would have wanted, they could have gotten Anshul Kamboj to bat up the order as well. If that's way they would have wanted to take advantage of that. It's not giving advantage. The impact sub you can use once. Once the player has gone, After that, the other player who has come, you can use him either way, be it batting or bowling. If you thought that he's a better batter than Pathirana, you can ideally, as per the rules, use him because he's already been subbed in. And the other player who has gotten out, you can sub him out as well. That's the rule.
Yeah.
That is the rule. I mean, this balance, this tactics has really compounded us in the IPL. This impact sub rule is very, very this thing. So, we still have Shivam Giri.
Oh, nice.
I thought on a day of rain, how could we get
He's
memes?
a master producer.
True that.
He's had a long day although.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maxwell, 2 digit में रन बनाने हैं, ये काम तो मैं हरगिज नहीं करूंगा.
Iconic movie.
From Chupke Chupke, which I was just watching upstairs. So Bandia.
I thought you were watching something else.
Chupke Chupke.
And how come you're watching a movie during work? Huh?
Because I anticipated this meme would come. That's why. Bandia. No, Dandia. Dandia? No, Bandia. So let's go ahead.
Next.
Yeah. ऐसा तो नहीं था कि उससे ज़्यादा खूबसूरत मैंने आज तक देखी नहीं थी, पर पता नहीं क्यों उसके चेहरे से मेरी नज़र
Okay,
हटी
it's
नहीं.
just, praising the beauty of... Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
it was the Veer Zara Derby. Now it's finished for one more year. Let's see how it pans out for next year. It's 1-0 in favor of Punjab after what happened in New Chandigarh.
1-0 in favor of
KKR, indeed. But yes. Yeah. She won. She won the Veer Zara Derby this time around.
120.
Preeti Zinta. After watching Prabh Simran Singh's innings, naughty bugger, yaar. Whoever does this on social media, it can be borderline funny, borderline mean, borderline, I don't know. Silly point. Watching others strategizing how to finish in the top 2 while being in the bottom 2. This clip is from Tare Zameen Par, by the way, when he sees those kids perform, those special kids perform in that sense. So, yep. Good one, yeah. CSK and SRH, they'll just sit back and watch the tamasha, yeah. You guys broke up, Rajasthan Royals and Joss Butler. Nah, bro, she broke. I am up. Okay. This is a good one.
Rishi, can you explain?
Of course. So this scene is from Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma. That's Jethalal Gada, and that is Bageshwar, Baga. Shreyas Iyer is Jethalal, and Glenn Maxwell is like Baga, the guy who's
what
always...
is the actual dialogue?
He's slacking and he just doesn't want to do anything. I mean, he says, Jaise jiski soch. That's how Baga goes. His Takya Kalam is Jaise jiski soch. Bade Sayane kehte hain. So, Bade Sayana, I don't know what they're telling Glenn Maxwell though. But Shreyas Iyer definitely needs to have that with Glenn Maxwell. I mean, what is this here? Big show. If we are criticizing Rishabh Pant, we should criticize Maxwell. Preeti to Maxwell. बिना मतलब पैसे waste कर रहे हैं. Yeah, I mean, how much was he paid? Maxwell, 4 crores?
4.5.
4.25.
I think similar to what Nehal Vadera got. Similar to that amount.
At least Nehal has played an impactful knock.
Multiple.
Maxwell hasn't even done that. So yeah, Maxwell deserves all the criticism that is coming his way. I mean, you have to perform. 4.2,
And how much was Nehal Vadera? I think it will be
somewhere
the same amount only.
I think it was either 3.7 or 4, somewhere in that range only, Nehal Vadera.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Any more, Shivam?
4.2, imagine. Maxwell and Nehal Vadera. Mean, very mean, I would say. Maxwell be like, nahi.
No, let's move on.
Let's move on, yeah.
Okay, that's it.
It's very, very mean. But yeah, see, Maxwell again, he hasn't done anything to ensure that he elevates and ensures the criticism doesn't come his way. But that's how it goes, my friend. And that is why, yes, PBKS versus RCB, PBKS versus KKR is done. 7 points to KKR and 11 points to Punjab Kings. Tomorrow is the double header, and I think one of the most anticipated double headers that you're heading into. First day game, Mumbai Indians versus Lucknow Super Giants at the Wankhede. Can Mumbai win for the first time in a league game against them? Second is Royal Challengers Bengaluru versus Delhi Capitals at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Please, I hope our friends don't ask us for tickets. We don't have tickets. It's sold out. If you ask us to give me my kidney, I will give you that. That is easier. but no tickets for this. So, yeah, it's packed. Arun Jaitley is going to be packed to the rafters to see Virat Kohli, and will we see that dialogue if, suppose, RCB win against DC? Is he going to do it? This is my ground.
It's going to be iconic. If
It will be iconic if it happens. So, yes, join us tomorrow for the double header between MILSG and DC RCB. From me, Shashwat, and Sid Gulati, it is good night. Shubh Ratri, Shabba Khair, Nandri, Vanakkam, eat your vegetables.
Don't trouble your mother.
Stay safe and subscribe to Sports Today.